Hello, Internet! I'm HamsterBomb.
And I'm Zach.
And you guys are back for another episode of HITBOX, the show where we talk about all sorts of video game stuff that whatever the heck we feel like doing. And lately, we felt like doing tier lists.
Yep.
We really enjoyed making the last one, and you guys seem to really enjoy the last one. So we kind of wanted to jump into more of these. And honestly, there's a lot of other ones that Zach has been talking about wanting to do, and I feel like I can't do them justice. But the very least, I'd like to see us try a bunch more. If anything, it gave us ideas for other episodes to do that we can both do together. And there's a bunch of these that I think Matt would be able to do with me, but you probably, like Pokemon or Monster Hunter, you wouldn't be able to go through each one, but Matt, I know, has played, I think he's played every Pokemon and Monster Hunter.
Sheesh.
He might not have played the first two Monster Hunter, but yeah, I have, because I hate myself.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, but Monster Hunter 2, though, isn't that bad. Portable or Freedom Unite, that one, people really loved that one, but
okay.
First one's a dumpster fire.
You showed me. Yeah, it looks like it.
You attack with the analog. Whatever. That's another time. Anyway, Mario.
Yes.
I like Mario.
I do too.
And I wanted to point out, Zach was coyly wearing a Mario shirt. Kind of. If you're listening to this and not seeing it, it's a Popeye shirt. It's an interesting story about Mario. Had Nintendo, when they were creating Donkey Kong, secured the rights properly, it was going to be a Popeye game.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Popeye, Olive Oil, and
Bluto.
Bluto, yeah. That was the entire, just replace Mario, Pauline, and Donkey Kong. It's the same game. They just swapped them out at the end.
Right.
And called him Jumpman, because they didn't know what they were doing. And then they just kind of stuck like, hey, people really like this game, and just do something else with the character. Yeah. And now in this list that we're going to go through today, not all of those Mario, air quotes, spin-off games aren't here.
Yeah.
Even technically saying Donkey Kong is not on here because it's not technically a Mario game, even though you control Mario and you're running and jumping.
You can argue it, but that's not what we're looking at today.
Right. This is just what we found here on Tier Maker. Now, to be fair, there's other ones that you might want to add, like Mario Brothers, the arcade.
Yeah.
But it's really, to be straight-faced of what these games are, of like run to the destination, grab the thing.
Right.
Levels. That's not what Mario Brothers is at all.
No.
And then, the farther you go, now you got to start dealing with, Hotel Mario and all the other wacky stuff, and Mario Kart might even get in there, and no thanks.
You mean we're not talking about the secret best game?
The secret...
The secret best game. Because remember, guys, toast is made with toasters. Yeah.
What's that even from?
Hotel Mario.
Oh, God, I'd see...
Remember, kids... you need bread.
I don't even remember that. It's been so long since I've seen anything. I just remember closing doors. You just open and shut doors all the time.
No, I was gonna say the cutscenes in between are what sells the game.
Oh, right, like the CDI Zelda games.
No, the weird animation and art style. Yeah. And remember,
I'm
kids,
melting. Yeah. Good. Anyway, how about we do the same thing we did last time, where we just kind of jump into when they came out and kind of go from there. And you know what? Is this in order? This looks like this might actually be in order, what we're looking at here. No,
Mostly,
it's not quite in order. It's almost in order.
It's close enough.
It's close enough. We'll kind of work with this.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Super Mario Brothers, NES. Once again, we should probably back up. We both, once again, did our own separate tier list versions of the same thing, and we kept them private. And during this episode, just in case you didn't join us for the Zelda ones, why I'm going over this, we're going to talk about each game and then reveal where we placed it and then see collectively where should it really belong. And obviously, whenever people make tier lists, it's something that you're not going to care about until you see that someone puts it in a game that you really like or a game you don't like in a spot that you don't think it deserves to be in.
Right.
So obviously, use the comment section. Let us know what you would do to place these things, because it's obviously going to be a mess every single time. But
tell us how wrong our opinions are.
That's my job, is to be wrong on the internet. So please let me know how wrong I am. Anyway, Super Mario Brothers.
Yes.
I love this game, so much.
I know.
Even if we're gonna compare, I don't want to jump genres too much, but Legend of Zelda NES to Super Mario Brothers NES, because they both started here. Mm-hmm. Technically, Mario, as we said before, didn't technically start here, but Super Mario Brothers did.
Right, the Super Mario Brothers series.
Yes,
yeah.
I love this so much more than Zelda.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Well, I still boot this game up all the time. I love this game so much. Also, this is the very first video game I ever played.
Oh, okay.
That might have something to do with it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
nostalgia bias, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it doesn't hurt that in almost every Mario game after this, they remix some sort of music from this game. There's always enemies from this game. So much was made in that game that is just a staple in everything else. Almost nothing was left behind. And, you know, I mean, I'm thinking like the blocks, the Toads, the Bowser, you've got Princess Peach,
the bridges,
the enemies, the Piranha Plants, the Goombas, the Koopas, the Lakitus. It's almost like nothing was left. It's like all core Mario.
Right.
Which I really love that. Now, of course, that's like a legacy thing going forward, and the reason I'm saying I highly value this one is because I still go back and play this one
That's
a lot. And it wasn't until this year I finally beat this game.
Really?
You watched my playing with myself video on it? Because that was the joke I did in my both of these I had to reference Ocarina Hero. This is making me mad. But way back in Ocarina Hero, when my very first ever video game review video I ever did, by the way.
Right.
Weird that this was double firsts for me. But I tried my best to film and get footage of level 8-4, and I could not get there because that gauntlet 8-3 of just a line of Hammer Brothers and Bullet Bills, that just, I could not, by the time I'd get there, I kept dying. But I finally decided to just bite the bullet and get through there because I wanted to make a really intense, scene to do it. And fun fact, now that I could share this, I actually had to do it twice because the first time I did it, I knew right after I did it and I touched the axe, I was like, that's not gonna look really good at all for the ending because I ran under Bowser. And the music, it's like a bum 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 bum, and I wanted it to be a slow-mo jump. And I was like, dang it, I ruined it, and I had to go back and do it all again to jump Bowser. But anyway, I had to do it for the scene.
You just gotta go with what you gotta go with,
I had to do it. I'm so happy with how it turned out. Anyway, I love this game. But to be fair, I think there are better than this. Mario games, just on a blanket, just say about all these, they're all good games.
Right.
And we said this last time for Zelda, and I would actually argue, on average, Mario has better quality than Zelda. Zelda can fall farther. How about that? When Zelda stumbles, it stumbles harder than when Mario stumbles. Is that a better way to say it?
Yeah, I was gonna say I get it. Like a Mario game, you know exactly what you're getting. It's a very It's got like such a high level of quality baseline. Yeah. Where with Zelda, where they experiment, it feels like almost every other game.
Try and figure out a new way to make it interesting.
Yeah,
and
right.
Mario, it's more of how do we, do this in a new dimension? How do we introduce, this to a new console? It's always new answers instead of new gimmicks. I don't want to say gimmicks for Zelda, but that happens a lot with the shrinking, the Phantom Hourglass drawing, the Wiimote dancing. There, did I get around it? Okay, so Super Mario Brothers. I rated this as an A because, like I said, I think there's better than this, but this is still, I think, one of the best, very, very solid Mario games.
I can appreciate that. I had placed it as a B for me.
Mm-hmm. I can see why you'd argue that. Yeah.
Yeah, because last time I really played this voraciously was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I had this. This was the first game I ever got for my Game Boy Color, which was my
Mario Deluxe.
Yes.
Super Mario Brothers Deluxe. That is actually technically that's the first game I ever played.
Okay.
I didn't. Though I did play the NES one, I didn't own an NES, but friends and cousins of mine did, and I would play it there, and I knew how to play it already because I had it on my Game Boy. You know what? The Game Boy might have technically come after. I didn't have any game consoles for a while.
But from my standpoint, again, it's very much like with Zelda 1. It proves as a very phenomenal framework for later games that far. I mean, I don't want to say outstrip it, especially given what it was for the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand too, without this game, we would not have this beautiful other list of other games.
Oh, not only that, just think about games in general. The quality level in Super Mario Brothers compared to what was coming out at the time was miles ahead of anything else. And then people just decided, oh, we got to really step up our game. And then Nintendo, of course, starts pulling out bangers one after another.
Right.
Really, really crazy and amazing games. And of course, we all know a lot of their legacies. However, there's a lot of interesting, really cool games that kind of died on the NES. Maybe that would be another interesting whole video for later, because there's so many of them to talk about. But
I'd be down for that.
But Super Mario Brothers, just to try and get this guy placed.
We can start with that.
Okay, yeah, if we see things that end up going in, like we did last time, if we see other things that go in that same tier and we like, it's not quite that good or it's better than this, then we'll move it. And honestly, I put this in A because of the things I placed in B. And just not much of a spoiler, I have a lot of games in A. So that's
Same
why.
Here,
yeah, that's why. Because I was like, I think it's better than what's in B. So,
I'll give you that.
Okay,
sure.
so technically the next one is Super Mario Bros. 2: The Lost Levels.
Right, what we would know as the Lost Levels.
Yes, Japan would call this Super Mario Bros. 2, which our Mario Bros. 2 is Doki Doki Panic, which is coming later. We'll get to that guy.
Yeah.
But Super Mario Bros. 2: The Lost Levels. I have beaten this game.
You are a better player than I am.
This game is hard as hell.
Yeah, I have tried on multiple attempts just to at least get past the halfway mark.
Yeah.
I tear my hair out and I said, nope, I'm good.
What is so egregious about this one is it is really just everything verbatim the same as Super Mario Brothers, except the level design is very difficult. Lots of huge pits, unfair traps, and beginner's traps too. One of the first things that I think the first thing you can get out of a question block in this game is a poison mushroom.
Yes, it is.
Just to trap people and trick you and get you killed. And there's so many, honestly, just from beating this, what drove me crazy the most is the unpredictability of what they did to the physics of what happens when you jump off of anything. So say you stomp on a Koopa. So you play any other Mario game, and I mean any other game on this list. You know, if you hold A, you're gonna jump a little higher.
Yep.
If you don't, you're gonna have a short little jump.
Yeah.
This screws with those physics, and it screws with your head to where sometimes certain Koopas, maybe they're Para-Koopas and you have to jump across the ledge, certain ones will be a little dud, even if you hold A, and you'll bounce on it and just keep plummeting. And then others will rocket you straight up. And then there's springs that will send you miles into the air, and you've got to land on a very particular area.
Yeah.
There's gusts of wind. And all the physics and stuff, it's really cool that they did it all, but there's so many, like, find the hidden block, otherwise you're trapped and time is going to run out and you're going to die.
What's the point of messing with the physics and just altering so much if it doesn't make for an enjoyable experience? Because I know the reason why this was made is because this was supposed to be for the people who had mastered everything the first game had.
Exactly.
And this is for those who wanted a true challenge and to explore more.
And for people who especially, like, discovered the Minus World in the original Super Mario Brothers. Just look it up. We don't have time to get into it.
No.
But basically, it's a glitch. And Shigeru Miyamoto thought people were finding that was so cool and interesting. He wanted to actually add, and he added, I think, like 3 more secret worlds on purpose. But yeah, and there's a lot. There's a lot to Super Mario Brothers 2, and it's honestly here. If you play this on NSO and you have that rewind feature, this game is actually really fun. But of course, it was not designed for that. And that's the thing that I'm not giving it credit for.
No.
If you can rewind the game, you get like, oh, I didn't know that would happen. Oh, that was unfair. If you can back up immediately and just try again, now you're playing Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, you give it that Prince of Persia or that Super Meat Boy vibe, right? Where
Super Meat Boy, especially, where you just, boom, you're back and just try again.
Yeah, but no, playing this on original Famicom with no rewind.
Yeah.
No.
And lives. Now, however, one really cool change to this was if you died, say, in World 3, you start in World 3.
Oh.
Do you know that?
No, I did not.
So, yeah, you get to... Now, unless you took a warp pipe backwards, because that can happen in this game, too. You can get a warp backwards worlds. But say you die in World 3-3, you will start 3-1.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, so you don't have to, like the original, gauntlet your way through, which is why it was so hard getting to 8-4, even with the warps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really tough. But to be fair, they did make stuff in here to make it easier. I'm not saying, you know, it's the end of the world. They tried to compensate. I still don't think it fixes it enough. Just as a Mario game, I don't go to this one for fun. I go to this one for my Ghosts and Goblins kind of I hate myself binge, which unfortunately I think I gotta put this guy in a D.
That's exactly where I'd put it.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, yeah, cool, it's more Super Mario Brothers, but when it's such, like I said, an unenjoyable experience, and that to me, you know, is something I look for in a video game. Do I find this enjoyable? For like this?
Mm-hmm.
No. Then no, I'm never going to go back to this.
Right. Yeah, I probably should have mentioned, if people are just listening to this, once again, we're doing S tier at the best, A, B, C, and D. D is the bottom. So,
right.
Yeah, when we say we're putting this in D, there's nothing below that. And you know what? Another thing that's going to come up, there is one of these games that neither of us have played. Because we mentioned that before in the Zelda one, there are certain games that some of us have played, and you know, like I played one, he's played the other, and we'll get through those, and we'll kind of take the other's word for it if that's the case. But there is one that is going to come up that neither have played, and we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, unfortunately that game I think just has to land at the bottom.
Yeah, just like Skyward Sword, this one gets
the D. You know, because I had fun with it, and that's the thing. You know, to compare that to the Zelda one, the bottom of the barrel in Mario, that's why I was saying. I mean, it's better.
Yeah.
I had so little moments of enjoyment in Skyward Sword. It'll come later. I don't want this every video turns into just get Hamster to complain about how much he hates Skyward Sword.
I mean, you know, it's entertaining to me if nothing else.
Okay, well, it'll happen eventually. Maybe I could even, after I make the video, because I feel like I could do entire HITBOX episodes. And honestly, this is what I wanted it to be originally. Revisit topics of Playing With Myself episodes of games I have reviewed, but spend a whole episode talking about it, because I skim so much stuff, and I can't fit it all in there.
You have to, though.
Right, and the same thing happened with Super Mario Brothers. And I also reviewed, there was another Mario game I reviewed. Didn't I review? I didn't do Odyssey.
No.
I swore I did another Mario game.
Was it World?
Did I not? No, I didn't do World. Maybe I didn't. Am I crazy? I guess I didn't. Sorry. I'm losing my mind here. I thought I did.
Sanity's overrated. You don't need that.
You know what? That was there are a lot of Mario games that rated highly in the survey results that you guys did to let me know what you wanted me to do. So maybe that's why I'm getting tripped up.
Probably.
Anyway, let's move on to the actual English, or rather, everywhere but Japan Mario 2, which I feel like we're kind of just rating Doki Doki Panic here. But to be fair, there's a lot of changes. Like you can run, you can play as Mario. You know, you can play as Peach and Toad, even though they play as the same characters from Doki Doki.
And Luigi.
And Luigi, yeah. I really like how they all have different mechanics and physics, and it weirdly establishes what they're going to be going forward, even though they're Doki Doki Panic rules.
Right.
You know, like I find that so weird. Like. Even today, Mario and Luigi play differently because of Doki Doki Panic. And
I love that.
Bob-ombs, Shy Guys, right? Shy Guys?
Yeah, Shy Guys, Bob-ombs,
Birdo. Yeah, there's so much that just comes from this. And
I know.
Princess Peach pulling vegetables in Smash Brothers.
Yes.
That's this game. However, I don't like this game. I have also beaten this, by the way, so don't get on me on that one. I have beaten this game, and it's kind of hard.
Which version did you play?
Oh, I played the NES one. Why? What do you mean?
Okay, no, I'm just making sure. No, like because this has been ported to multiple different systems. I didn't know which version you had played. Yeah,
I did use warps too, just because I honestly just kind of wanted to get a move on. I don't know what it is. I just didn't like the physics of this game, or. It could be the simple, stupid thing of when I jump on something, I want it to die. You know, I don't want to jump on it, pick it up, throw it, now it's dead. Something doesn't... I want that instant gratification, and maybe that's as simple as that. I don't know what it is, but something... I never felt really comfortable with this one, and I always kind of pick on this game for that. This might be really bad, but I put this in a D. I have as much fun with this as I do Mario, the real Mario 2.
I wholeheartedly disagree with you on that.
I figured you would.
Ooh, man. No, sir.
Talk me out of it. Tell me about Mario 2.
All right. Do you want to know where I'd set it?
Well, tell me about it first.
Tell you about it first. Yeah. Okay, I can do it. Again, see, I first played this on the Game Boy Advance, so I played basically the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah. Which was from Super Mario 3D. Not 3D All-Stars. God, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Just Super Mario All-Stars, which I realized is not on here. But it really shouldn't be.
No.
But anyway. But yeah, so the 3D... I'm sorry, God, I did it again. The All-Stars version.
Yes.
Which, I don't think they changed any mechanics, did they?
Not entirely. I think physics
Isn't it just graphically?
It's graphically. They added the voices in the Game Boy Advance version.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's like Charles Martinet making silly sounds through
it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. Again, this game...
I can see that giving it a lot of charm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, something felt uncomfortable. Like, I'm also thinking of like the music. Because of course it's not.
See, I actually really liked the music in this one.
I think it's all right. It's not bad. See, that's the thing. Like, there's nothing on here that's bad. It's just.
So what I was gonna say was that, again, much like Zelda 2 in the last video we talked about, this game kind of comes from that time, at least when we were expecting it, where sequels didn't always follow what came before.
True, and of original NES sequels, this one is very similar to the original to the extent where no one would have ever known, and we didn't.
Right.
It fooled everybody until we found out later that Japan had another Mario Brothers 2.
Right.
Like, why did you have this one? And you play like, this looks exactly like the original.
Yeah.
You guys got screwed. And then we realized, hold on, we were the ones technically getting screwed because that's actually Mario 2. So,
but unlike, I'm kind of the opposite with you on the mechanics of it. I enjoy actually being able to just stand on the enemies and be able to pick them up and throw them.
well, with like Pidgeots and stuff, it's kind of cool.
Right, because it allows me, I think, a little bit more, I don't want to say strategy, but it gives me a bit more options in how I want to confront the enemies ahead.
It becomes like a puzzle platformer.
Right, exactly. And the extra secrets that you can find, like, and just the overall aesthetic of the world, I kind of really enjoy too. Like, it's, well, for those of you who have never played this, and spoilers for, like, what, a over 30-year game at this point?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's...
Which game?
This one.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
We assume you've played these.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
This game is all a dream. Which I...
Whoa,
bro.
Whoa.
But... which allows, which kind of makes sense. It allows for, like, a very dreamlike quality in the way that the game goes out. I mean, you're fighting against floating masks because you touch a key.
A mouse that chucks bombs at you.
A three-headed snake that breathes fire on you.
And of course, the lovable frog that blows bubbles that dies from eating too many vegetables. That I want to see come back in something!
I'd love to see Wart in 3D.
Bowser Echo for Smash Brothers. I've thought about this. It can happen. Instead of breathing fire, he blows bubbles, and come on, it can happen. I want it. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. No,
I love Wart.
I do love him too. I wish he'd come back.
Yeah.
No, but again, it's those weird gameplay mechanics. I love the verticality that this game really introduced into it too.
Side-scrolling and vertical scrolling.
Right. Now, it wasn't the smoothest. That wouldn't come until later.
No.
But the fact that you actually had multiple screens on the same room that you could explore, I really enjoyed about that.
That really beats up the NES, too.
Right.
I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a big deal for the NES.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
I still, at best, I think I can't go over a C, but yeah, try and...
honestly, I mean, I think it's just a matter of taste that's really separating
That might be it. And, Mario games are so similar, and we said it before, that might honestly be all that determines these levels here.
Right. I mean, for right now, if you wanted, I'd be fine with the C.
Because I just think there's a lot better than this, and very few that I like less. I don't want to say dislike, because I still, part of me enjoys the original Mario 2.
What?
Oh, I meant like boss levels.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah.
Oh my God, like even the final level, you finally fight and you get past Bowser, and the level just keeps going because that was just the first Bowser. He's like, there's so many things like that one does that, like, I don't know.
This isn't even my final form.
Right.
So C,
anyway,
I think
yes,
would be
C.
fine.
Well, where did you put it, by the way?
I put it in a B for me.
Okay, so we're kind of meeting halfway.
Yeah, I put it on the same level as the original Mario Brothers on my list, or Super Mario Brothers.
Okay, to be fair, my C tier had almost nothing in it, so I felt like in the end it was kind of silly. So it makes sense. If I'm gonna move anything up, it should have been that one, but I don't see it going higher.
That's fine.
Okay, well, we are already way behind time. We gotta move. Super Mario Brothers 3.
I like this one.
I like it. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. I think people overblow this game. That's what it is. Because you probably heard that I'm not a huge fan of this one.
Yeah, I think
However, this establishes so much for Super Mario going forward.
Oh, yes.
And I love it for that. But there is a lot of bad habits this thing inherits from the original Super Mario Bros. 2 Lost Levels that really upset me.
How
and
do you
people
mean?
forget about it. There's a lot of... And when I went through to play this, and recently I went back and played this like late last year, I think. Again, recently, I wanted to play every single level. So I remember there's so many levels in this where there are just traps or lots of looping rooms, and you can't escape them, and time is running out until you find like one hidden, and I mean very well hidden, way to escape, and it starts a chain sequence of events, and if you screw that up, now you gotta go back through the loop, try and reset it, and it happens so much, and there's so many things that are kind of unfair in the level design in that. Like, I wish there was some better hints. Like, I'm fine with making the loops and the stuff like that. The original did that with the mazes and the loop and mazes, but that was more of like, simply figure out how to
just keep running to
just
the right.
Just keep running until you figure it out. Yeah, this you can't like slam your head against a wall till you figure it out. You actually are kind of screwed unless you have a friend. It's almost like the original Zelda. Like, you can't beat that level until you know you gotta like bring the candle or the flute to do this thing, or you need the raft to get across the. It's almost like you need Nintendo Power help, and it might have been designed for that.
Yeah.
So that's the stuff that holds me back, and of course that's NES era stuff.
Yeah.
Now I'm just ranking it as is now. The original Mario Brothers, like, I think aged very well because it doesn't have a lot of that stuff. There's very, very little of it. And I just think this is bad habits that came from Mario 2. However, I still think it's, like, great enough to be middle of the road. Because there's a lot of very good Mario games that I put in B. So I think it's a B.
I see.
Like, just because I think the original is a little bit better because of its...
simplicity, maybe?
Maybe how it aged better, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you know what? This might sound petty, but I always thought this was weird. I never liked the color palette of this game.
On original NES?
Yes, it's kind of muddy, and
yeah.
The colors there's lots of browns, lots of shades of browns. The blues aren't even very bright; they're kind of dull. The greens are dull. The yellows are dull. It's just...
Unfortunately, that was just a limitation on the poor NES.
Exactly, and the original got around that because everything was just super saturated and colorful.
Right.
Which is fine. It just needs to show you what it is. But I think the downside was they tried to make outlines on everything in this one, and of course that's what's beating the NES up. You put outlines on everything, and now the sprite quality is so high. There's so much going on at once, and...
Well, not to mention, this is actually forcing the NES to smoothly scroll both vertically and horizontally, and sometimes diagonally.
Yes,
which was a massive strain on that
and saving
hardware.
A tremendous amount of data.
Yes.
It's saving, like, items you can take from one level into another. You can go in any direction, the non-linearity of it. Like I said, there's so much that establishes, and I love it, but maybe it's a different kind... Where'd you put this?
This was the first one I put in the A rank.
I'm torn between those just because I really love the original, and then compared to this, I just see issues. Maybe it's because before I played 3, I played World. We'll get to World, and now of course, World could not have succeeded were it not for 3.
3, right?
But that doesn't. I don't still see them like, nearly on the same level. Where do you think we should drop 3 for now? Because maybe I beat this game up because it's one of those like Ocarina of Time kind of games where everyone kind of overblows it, and I'm like, come on now. It's good, but it's not that great.
Your expectations were here, and then when that was not met, they went down here.
Now, if you're coming from all you have is Mario 1 and then Doki Doki Panic Mario 2,
this
3's incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
I would fight for an A for this one. Because, again, of what this also introduced to the series. The really cool power-ups, that was my favorite part of this game, was all the new power-ups that
I don't like the power-ups.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like them. Like a shoe, and...
What's wrong with the Karibo shoe?
I don't like that. The Tanuki outfit, you just turn into and then you just turn into a statue, and I don't know. I don't know, the frog suit, and... No,
I don't see an issue with that.
I don't like that. Here's the thing. I had so many in A, like I said before, that and I just find this a little below them because I look at those other games and I don't find nearly as many problems. So,
we can say,
do we want to like?
I'll I'll compromise. We can go with B for right now.
Okay. Now, I think we did this before with the original, and now we kind of reversed your order. Did we do that?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so that's kind of strange. Should we compromise and put them both on the same tier, either A or B? I would be willing to bring the original NES to a B, because I think there's others that deserve to be A. Compared to, bringing it up, in which case there'd be too many.
That'd be fine if you're fine with it.
Just because I don't want to sabotage your own list and
it's fine.
Basically say mine is better. Because that's the whole point of this.
I was going to say, good sir, this is your video. I
mean, the whole point is that nobody's list is going to be the same. That's why we're making these like this. Super Mario World.
There we go.
Yay! Yay! Woo! Now, I don't want to go too far here and go on a limb, but no, I will. I'm glancing at all of these. I think this is the best 2D Mario game.
I will agree with you.
Okay, this game is phenomenal. I really, really wish so badly that they could go back to, and there's so many things in this that I want to list at the end of that sentence. The physics, the level design, the enemies, the way that everything plays, the multiple exits, there's so much to this.
That is my favorite part of this game, is just being able to go in and finding a little nook or cranny you didn't notice the first time through.
You find like a key, and then you can take the key and you get like Fat Mario, and you inflate up really high. And you like take Yoshi to like get into his wings, and you fly up in a different direction. And yeah, that's so cool. And you get into Ghost House, and I remember the Forest of Illusion is a really cool, just of that in particular, because it had, you would sometimes hit the real exit and nothing would happen.
Nope.
Because there were 2 secret exits or something like that, and you had to find them. And they, honestly, compared to Mario 3, none of them felt unfair. I never felt like because you could always take an exit if something happened like that. It wasn't like, how do I get to an exit?
It wasn't as much of a roadblock. Right.
I don't want to go so far as to say this is the perfect 2D Mario, but I, honest to God, can't find a complaint for this game. Not too much of a spoiler here, but honestly, if I was going to review this playing with myself, it would be a very boring episode, because I'm telling you, that's probably 2 10 out of 10s. I love that game so much.
Knowing you, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. So it goes in D, because I hate it. No, I'm kidding. I put this in S. Do you have any problem with that going in S?
That's actually where I'd put it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not as big a fan of this game as I am of Mario 3, but
Really?
Yeah, I actually enjoy Super Mario Bros. 3 a lot more, to be honest with you.
That's so strange. I do like some elements of Mario 3, because it's almost like the main level board is like a chessboard where there's like Hammer Brothers running around and item pickups, but at the same time, Mario World felt like a journey more so, because it was all about, like, you could see yourself walking over the terrain and exploring new islands, and
I will admit, Mario...
Maybe I just like the Super Nintendo, and I do.
Well, the way I always look at it too is that it's basically the 2D version of Mario, basically perfected.
Yeah.
And it's also Mario Bros. 3 better in a lot of regards. And I think
this cuts out all of the fat of Mario 3 is how I see it.
Right, the massive amount of power-ups, which I really loved all those personally.
Oh yeah, the ones in World I love. Like, I love the cape.
Yeah.
I love the spin jump. You know, one thing, we'll bring it up later, because I mentioned that I love the physics of this game. I will get into why I dislike some others coming later. But just
I think I know which ones you're talking about.
Yeah. But because we are totally not going to make this on time.
Nope.
So the next one here, Yoshi's Island. I honestly don't think that this should be in here as a Mario game, but it's called Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. And I actually played the Game Boy Advance one, which was technically called Super Mario Advance 3 Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
That was the actual title of that game.
Oh, man.
Here's the thing. I feel like I'm comparing Yoshi games, which are their own things. Because that's the thing. Like, this is not a Mario game, because Yoshi games, like Yoshi's Crafted World, Yoshi Woolly World, play those. Those are not Mario games. This is technically not a Mario game. However, I still adore this game. A lot of people rip on this. I love this game so much. It's one of the most beautiful Super Nintendo games.
Oh my gosh,
I love the way it looks.
It's very painterly.
It is. It's so cool. And early 3D in it too. There's so much cool stuff in this, and reinventing how to do Mario World again, but do some creative new thing, and I love that in Yoshi's Island. And the collectathon aspect of being put into it too changes up the game so much and makes it fresh and interesting. That's like the kind of sequel, like old school sequel that people would have like seen, and then like when you do something totally different, normally you flop.
Right.
But this is so good as its own thing. Once again, I feel like we're comparing apples to oranges putting this in here, but to do it, I still love this game so much I want to put it in S.
Where did I even have that one? Yes, I did. I put it in A personally.
You know,
because again, like you said, it's not really a Mario game. As
is that why you pull it down though?
No.
I'm just trying to think about it.
I just like other Mario games a lot better than this one.
Okay.
This one is a lot slower paced. This is more of an exploration-based game, I feel.
It can be.
Yeah.
Because it depends on how fast you are with.
Well, also too, if you're trying to 100% each level.
Oh yeah. It certainly can be if you're trying to figure out where everything goes.
When you start unlocking,
but because of they took away the timer, you can do that, and you're not in a rush. You can rush.
Yeah.
There's certainly
nothing stopping you.
Right. Yeah. Go plow through the game. Beat Bowser, baby Bowser.
Baby Bowser.
I don't want to spoil too much, but I'm only gonna say one other game in here is an S. So I don't know if it's because I have so many in A. If I want to drop this down to A.
Yeah, I've got like a bunch in A as well.
I think this is I just think this is slightly better than what I have in A, and I love what's in A, but you know, I will give you this. A is still a great game. Let's put it here, and then later, if we change our minds, then...
I still love this. I'm trying to go back through this one on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
I've been enjoying it still. Yeah,
I did go back and I beat this again on Nintendo Switch. I basically, if they let me play it again on Nintendo Switch online, then I beat it. Yeah. That could be an entire episode just talking about NSO and what's missing and what's there.
But shall we move on?
Yeah, we better. Okay. Super Mario Land. I've actually not played this, so...
I have.
No, I've seen a lot of it. I know what it is.
Right.
But, yeah. Tell us about Sarasa Land.
It's not the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
There's Egypt.
Yeah.
There's an alien.
Yeah.
It has side-scrolling shooter levels.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think a friend lent me this, and I did play with this for like a week or something, but...
That's how I...
I remember the side-scroll shooting Mario, and I was like, what the heck's going on?
Mario's had enough.
Right. Now, to be fair, if I didn't play it, I didn't put it on my rank at all. So...
I see.
Yes.
This was one of the first C ones I put in.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard people say, like, it's alright, but there are better games than this.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I can honestly see that being on level with original Mario 2.
Yeah, I mean...
Or Mario 2.
For the first handheld Mario game, it's alright.
Yeah.
It's just the physics are not what they should be. The Koopas explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't get that.
They probably couldn't get enough memory going to keep, like, convert it into a shell and then have the shell bounce around it. There's a lot there, you know, so...
I mean, does it display some psychedelic, weird imagination in there at points? Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Flying heads and all that other stuff, but no, I think is good for that one. It's still fun.
Right.
In spurts.
Okay. Now, I believe we've actually hit the game that neither of us have played.
Yes.
Super Mario Land 2. So... Yeah, that's it, right? You didn't play this one either?
Nope. I've watched people play through it, but I've never personally played
and since I haven't, I don't feel comfortable rating it. Like, I don't feel comfortable ever reviewing a game if I have not played it myself. I don't care how much I've seen of it. I'm not comfortable with doing that.
Because watching it being played and then playing it yourself
is
very
different. Like, a great example of that is Ori and the Blind Forest. If you just watch that game looks incredible. And then if you play it, you realize all the problems that you would have never realized if you had just watched it. So, that could be a thing in that game, and I don't know. So, we're gonna leave it just down in the bottom, like we did last time with the Zelda Triforce Heroes.
Yep.
So, at least let's just go in order here. Super Mario 64. Woo! Oh, I love this game.
I do too.
But, however, I don't think it's like cream of the crop S tier. I do love it, but there are some issues with it. The game didn't age the best, but I still love it.
Oh,
and
yes.
Here's the thing. If I'm putting a game I love in A, that should tell you how much I love Mario games, one, and then how much I respect S, and just want to showcase that this is incredible what's above it. Mario 64, I know people doing this, but I gotta say that I honestly think it should just be A. No, just for trying to convert Super Mario Brothers into 3D. Mm-hmm. Holy crap, I could make a whole HITBOX episode just on what this is, and let's try and avoid that. Because we're already gonna be over time on this one again. But I say A. I'm guessing you're gonna say it's
A.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Whew, I was scared you were gonna do that.
No, I fully respect that. As the first like 3D game that I remember a lot of people playing and talking about when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I just remember everyone being blown away.
Right, and how do you figure out how do you make like new power-ups for Mario in 3D? Right. You can't do a fire flower, which they eventually did, and I really don't like what they did because how do you aim it properly?
For later.
Right,
yeah.
So instead you let him fly temporarily, or you turn him into Metal Mario, and you can indestructibly destroy
it's
stuff.
It's the way you interact with the environment that the power-ups
exactly,
help you.
And that's what's so cool about this game, and there's so much of the exploration and Banjo, because this informed everybody making a 3D platformer going forward.
And I was so happy.
I know. It's so great.
But yeah, I agree. The things that haven't aged the best, the controls, the way he feels. However, like all the different moves he has.
It's still very good.
Oh, yes.
Very good.
That camera, though.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's not S. Because I know 3D Mario can get better. Yeah. And that's maybe it's unfair for the N64 from what it was, but still, I adore the game, and just as they are now, I think it's fair to put it in A.
Yeah.
Moving on to, it's out of order, but it's in the same vein. How about Super Mario 64 on the DS? Because that is a different game. I've played this to completion, and in both of the games 64, by the way, I got all of the stars. And in DS, I need to point out, there are several new painting worlds, and there are lots of new stars. Aside from the fact that you can play as Mario, Yoshi, Luigi, and Wario, which...
That's so random. Why Wario, though?
Well, because they wanted to add, like, a bunch of other power-ups or abilities.
Oh, okay.
And Yoshi kind of makes the game really easy with flutter... I think Luigi could also flutter jump, or flutter kick. But, like, Yoshi could, like, you could eat enemies, and you could also throw auto-targeting eggs, which... It's really easy, but still, it gives you like a difficulty option, kind of. You're choosing what you wanted to play with, and certain characters you have to take to certain levels to get certain stars. That's how they were able to hide more.
Right.
Because certain people, like I think Luigi had the invisibility ability. I think Wario got the metal. So basically, if anyone hit the red block, they would get that power there. Okay. So unfortunately, it kind of forced you to go back and change, and that was. The only problem is I wish you could change faster. And sometimes they could lose their hats, which would be really irritating. But I still think that for all that it added, this is still an outstanding game. It's still Super Mario 64. The only downsides to this are it being very early for a console that inevitably gave it clunky controls, which sounds verbatim why I put Super Mario 64 in A. So I can only see this sitting right next to it as an A.
I've never played this one, so I will take your word for it.
Yep. It's a really good game.
No, it
but
looks
granted,
like
it's Super Mario 64. But if you want to play Super Mario 64 in like a new light and you just want to experience more stuff, also like the multiplayer and like the mini games, except for that dumb Yoshi, she loves me not flower picking.
That was a mini game.
That was a mini game.
That was deigned fit to be a mini game.
That was it. There was nothing. You can get to the end of it, and that was the end. I don't know why I brought that up, but we need to move on to Super Mario Sunshine.
Yes, sir.
I still really love this game too.
Oh my lord, dude. I love this.
A lot of people hate this game, and I don't understand. I mean, okay, I get where they're coming from, but when you try to revitalize Super Mario Brothers in 3D, again, what do you really do without being Super Mario 64 again? And you create a new mechanic that will change up how you can platform and redefine how you can interact with things, and that's exactly what Flood is.
Yep.
And I think Flood is a ton of fun, and the worlds are all designed for Flood.
Yes.
Now, you kind of, in some levels, you're technically not really playing a Mario game. You're kind of painting things away, but you know what? It's still fun, and it still very much feels like a Mario world. I still really love this, like, a lot. And the new stuff that it adds, I still love a lot.
And I wish would come back.
Yeah, now there are some levels that piss me off, but there's so many that I love that I think compensate for it. I put it in an A.
I put it as an S.
Really?
Yes.
Just because I still have issues with it.
No.
That I didn't think that it's
this one,
S level, but...
This one for me is just very much a nostalgia goggles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Because I go back and I think of the pachinko machine. I think of the poison river. I think of the lava boat going to Bowser. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this. And, I don't want to boot up a game and say, I just don't want to do this.
Right.
Because there is another Mario game coming up where I never had a single instance of that, and I feel like it's just like the pristine version of what this is.
Right.
And I honestly think some of the most fun Sunshine levels are those ones where they take FLUDD away and you get to like play like the acapella Mario areas. Yeah. I don't know about S.
Again, that's just a very subjective thing. Like, even after getting the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, speaking of from earlier, I played through that and I nearly 100% completed that within a week.
Yeah.
And I was just so happy just to revisit that.
Yeah.
But no,
another attack of the FOMO, which fear of missing out might be an entire episode. We probably should just have a let's be real talk about some big gaming problems episode. But
again, this is very much a nostalgia one. It's just very much just this is my happy place game.
You know what?
And
that is my original Super Mario Brothers, and if we're gonna pull it just for the nostalgia for you to wake me out of it,
no, it's an A game.
Should we pull you down to A?
No, it's an A game. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yes, and here, like I said, so far with A, I love everything in A so far. Oh, yeah. So when I pull it down, I'm just saying, is it like the true one king?
No.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Yes.
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 It's good. I really like it. I had a ton of fun with it. They got rid of FLUDD and they
Oh, that's a different yes. Okay.
It's really good. I really like it. It's not an S. No, I don't think it's an S.
Yeah.
I think it's an A. I really love it.
Would it make you feel better if that's where I put it too, as an A?
Yeah. I think the gravity thing was cool, but it's a new gimmick. It's like what people complained about FLUDD. The gravity is just as invasive, if not more so, than FLUDD, in my opinion.
Yeah, because at least with FLUDD, it really helped with your platforming abilities, whereas with the movement, whereas with the gravity, you could be walking in one direction, then all of a sudden the camera shifts ever so slightly.
Yeah, your camera screws up, your controls feel a little weird.
Yep, and then
they can reverse when you run up walls.
Right.
It was cool. It's cool to watch, but I mean, I don't know. It's still outstanding.
Little issues
I still love
that,
it. Yeah, but it's just because of little issues is the only reason I'm pulling stuff down. But if anything, look at how many awesome Mario games we have so far.
A for awesome.
A for awesome. And I don't know about the rest of this because we'll get there.
Yeah,
we'll try and go faster too because a lot of these are very similar.
Next up,
Mario Galaxy 2. We're going in order of what they got here, I guess.
Yeah,
whatever.
okay.
Just Mario Galaxy 2. I did not play Mario Galaxy 2. I wanted to.
I did.
But I never did.
It's still... As a real quick aside, it still annoys me that was not part of 3D All-Stars.
Me too. That would have sold me on that game.
Makes no sense.
Because I bought and played all 3 of the games that are in 3D All-Stars. And I played them so much that I didn't want to buy them all again, unless I had like a reason to, like bundle some cool thing in there. And if they just put Galaxy 2 in there and there is no extra bonus content, I would have bought it just to play Galaxy 2 because I never got to. So yeah, I know a lot of people complain about that too, but yeah. How did you rate this? How do you feel about this one?
I put it as an A as well, because I like this game as much as Galaxy, but for different reasons. Galaxy 1 I prefer as an overall experience. It is epic. I love the music. I love the hub world.
Yeah.
I even like Rosalina. It's like, and the little story that they told of her. It was more of a cohesive whole, whereas with Galaxy 2 kind of goes back more towards an old school style of Mario where it still plays like Galaxy, but you're going across a map. And I feel like the levels are a lot better. The weird thing to me, though, is that they dropped a lot of the Galaxy idea. Like, you're not in space an awful lot.
So that's weird.
Right, yeah, you're in more traditional style
There's a lot of there are still a lot of traditional levels in like Galaxy 1. So I guess they just went in favor of those and kind of cut the gimmicky levels.
Yeah, I mean, this was originally going to be Mario Galaxy 1.5. This was meant to be DLC for Mario Galaxy.
I see.
This is all the extra stuff that they basically turned into a whole game.
Right.
I still love it. It's a really good game.
You put it in A. So next one I see on here is New Super Mario Brothers, the first 2D Mario game they made, and God, how long was it when that finally came out? It was
Mario Brothers, Mario Land 2 came out in '92.
Mario World is what I'm gonna say is the actual last one before then.
That's fair.
And holy crap, you're coming from the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo DS?
1990 to 2006.
Yeah. I did play this. I don't know if you did.
No, sir.
I really like it. However, I still had a couple quirks with it. Now I'm gonna come back to that physics thing. The physics didn't quite feel right. Things were a little floaty, but honestly, I looked at that like, well, I'm playing a 3D game on my DS, and it's probably beating it up. Maybe they just did that like as a solution because I wanted to play like World. I want it to be snappy and quick, and I want to be able to control and be very accurate and quick, fast with what I'm doing.
Right.
But honestly, like the new powers are okay. Like the blue shell is okay. It's just more of like a dumb outfit from 3. Sorry. And then honestly, the giant mushroom was just stupid. It was just become the size of the screen and run to the right, and now your level is gone.
Did they even utilize it that much?
No, it was very rare.
No, so yeah.
It was in like maybe 5 levels of the entire game.
Well, then what was the point?
I don't know.
Okay.
So I guess because they wanted you to be the size of both screens, because I'm pretty sure they became the size of both screens when you did it.
I think it was only just the one, if I remember correct.
Oh yeah, you are. I don't know what the second screen was. It's been a long time.
If I remember correctly, the bottom screen was for the map, like your progress on the level and how many the big coins you got.
Oh, the big coins. Yeah, that was it too, because it was tying in some of Yoshi's Island to it. And,
right.
Well, actually, Mario World did that first. No, 3. Did 3 do that?
No.
Are we sure?
3 did not have.
You're right. Yeah, it didn't
like
have.
that.
Yeah,
No.
I'm thinking of Mario World.
Yes.
Because it had the dragon coins.
Right.
So, honestly, I really love this game. It was fun, but I don't think it was as... I didn't think it was as good as the original Super Mario Brothers, so I put it in B, one below where I had it originally.
I never played it, so I mean, I'll trust you on that.
Honestly, I think it's just okay. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid. And looking at Mario 2, I'm not. It's not like a bad game or anything. I'll still put it in B, even though looking at the NES Mario, I'm still like, I still think you're better than that. But
now, would you say?
I can see why you'd hold it back. Yeah.
Now, would you say that Mario Brothers 3 is better than New Super Mario Brothers?
Oh God, I was gonna say New Super Mario Brothers might be better than that. I really dislike Super Mario Brothers 3.
The ploy has been foiled.
Yeah, no, I know what you. Okay, fine. We're gonna keep fighting for 3 and the original to go up higher. I think we'll both hold each other down and burn.
Oh, okay.
We'll burn together.
All right.
So New Super Mario Brothers Wii. Did you play this one?
Yes, I actually still own my copy of this.
I didn't play this at all, actually.
So this is the start of when the homogeneity of the new Super Mario Brothers series really sets in. Because there's the art style that you see in later entries is solidified here. Mm-hmm. The physics, the way the music is, like the different instrumentation and all that. Well,
a lot of that is also in New Super Mario Brothers, like the weird.
I still think that I actually kind of like the way it looks on the DS a little bit better, but that's just me being a fan of older hardware.
Yeah, I don't think there was a Yoshi in New Super Mario Brothers. I think it played very similarly to how the old Mario Brothers game functioned.
It's been a while since I played this, so...
I don't think so, but yeah...
Oh, no, yeah, you can. Look at the box art.
That's the Wii. I'm talking about New Super Mario Brothers, the
DS.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was no Yoshi in that, but yeah, I guess you could use Yoshi in the other one, which is, if anything, it looked more like a new Mario World, which would have totally gotten me into it, but I was playing so many other things on the Wii. Unfortunately, the Mario game I had was Galaxy. You know, if I had to pick one, I was picking Galaxy.
Well, yeah, of course.
And then there were just too many other things I was playing at the time. So,
but as a game itself, it's fine. Again, for me, it's just another one of those it's fine games.
Well, where'd you put your it's fine? B?
It was a C for me.
A C?
Yes.
It should be saying a lot if like it's okay. That's how much we like the others, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you play New Super Mario Brothers 2?
No. I have not.
Really? Okay, never mind. Neither did I. I guess there were 2 of them on here that
okay.
neither of us have played.
I just know the main gimmick is to collect coins.
Right. I don't know how I feel about that, but hey, let us know. Where would you put the New Super Mario Bros. 2 and Super Mario Land 2?
Yeah.
How about now? We've played together Super Mario Bros. U.
Yes.
We played the Switch version.
Yes.
So you played obviously way more than me because we played together. It was your copy. So what do you think about that game?
My thing is like again, like I said, it's that homogeneity that's just setting in, because it's like, do I think that this is a better game than that? I put it on the same level as Super Mario Brothers Wii.
See, that's actually exactly where I put it on mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
because again, it's just Super Mario Brothers Wii again.
Yeah.
Because again, you've got the Koopalings, you've got the castles you have to go through, the fortresses.
Big Yoshi.
Big Yoshi.
Big Yoshi.
I like Big Yoshi. But is it another fine Mario game? Yes, but again, fine in comparison to everything else on this list.
Exactly. The others are just a little better, and then you get a little better, and then Super Mario World.
Yes.
So I agree with you there.
Yeah, it's still fun, and I've gone back to play some of it, but it's not anything I want to just marathon again.
Right.
So,
Super Mario Run. I'm actually kind of surprised that it's even on here, but honestly, it probably should be here.
Yeah.
This is the mobile game that is on Apple and Android. It's a thing. I have played what I could up till it wanted to charge me $10.
$10.
And you played the same?
I played the demo, and
the demo is basically all of what, a minute?
Yeah, not even that.
Not even that, because like honestly, and I complained about this to Kim. Like this game doesn't even give you enough chance to learn how to play it before it demands the $10. Like,
money, please.
Yeah, no, like let me play World 1 or something. Let me feel like I'm having fun with it, and then I'll buy your game and want to play the rest of it or something. But no, this game is just like, you downloaded me, give me the money.
Give me money.
And I don't care how good the rest of it is. That was so bad. Even that aside, what I played wasn't even fun. Like, I don't even see how you can make that fun. It's just a rhythmic... It's almost like a rhythm game. Technically.
Yeah,
you know, it's more like Mario's running to the right, tap at the right times. Like Yoshi Touch and Go, which I love Yoshi, but God, I hate that game. So, how'd you feel about Mario Run?
It's a D.
Okay, yeah, that's where I put it too. But
again, I did... That main mechanic of just tapping and just, collecting all the coins, going through the level, that was not near enough to get me invested in it. And then, of course, like you said, not even a minute. It wasn't even a minute to play the game, and then $10. I'm like,
it didn't even give you a fair tutorial yet, because there's more to it, and it didn't even show you.
Right.
And you're like, oh my god, like, at the very least, let me play through one world and defeat a Bowser, and, feel like, oh, okay, so this is what the game is like, now I know what I am buying. Let me know what I'm buying, I'm not just... Maybe it's not fair that, I said, like, I'm not going to review a game if I haven't played it, but...
You played it, though.
That's all they let me play.
In essence, I don't.
It's a mobile game. Like I feel like there's different standards for mobile games.
What else? What else was the game going to give you that it didn't show you within that minute?
Exactly. Like if you totally did not sell me on your rhythm game platformer in the minute, even if you have a minute to sell me on a game, I can be totally smitten with a game in 1 minute. But I was so turned off from this, and then it didn't help that it's like, by the way, I want $10.
Right.
It could have said just keep playing, and I might have reluctantly kept going.
It's like going to a restaurant, like a very fancy one, and
Yeah.
then so they just bring out it's like, oh yes, I'll have the filet mignon, please, with the baked potato and all that. He just brings out a tiny scoop of potato, and he brings out a little bit of meat, and it's like, what's this? It's like I paid for. It's like, oh yeah, you gotta give me. Yeah, I asked for this. Oh, that's gonna double.
Yeah, it's gonna double, please.
Double, please. Yeah.
We already had an episode just on mobile games, so honestly, I don't even know if that came up. It might have. Super Mario 3D Land. You did not get a chance to play this one.
I did.
Okay, so where did you put this?
Where did I put it? Let me see. I put it again as a C.
Okay. I can see that as like another of those. It's a good idea because this one you run in like isometric. Is that correct?
No. So what it is, it has the ideas and core concept of a 2D Mario. You start at the level and you get to the flagpole, but you have complete 3D movement throughout the whole level.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So it's like it usually goes into like a 3/4 like over the head or side view, and you have the ability to run around everywhere. It's cute. I appreciate the fact that they brought back some of the older Super Mario Brothers 3 power-ups, the Tanuki suit.
Is this what brought back like Spike too? Because Spike randomly came back and a bunch of new stuff. It could have been the others. I don't know, but
maybe again, it's been a while since I played this, and again, if I can't remember everything about it,
was that kind of
tell you?
People complain about I think this one being very easy. Or was it 3D World being too easy?
We'll get there.
Okay, well, that is the next one, actually.
Yeah.
So, and we played a little of this together, and Bowser's Fury. We actually played way more Bowser's Fury together than that, and it's kind of a shame, but we'll lump them together.
Yeah,
because it's really one game on the Switch.
It is.
I mean, I had a lot of fun with it. And
I did too.
Yeah, I think it's... Now, I don't want to speak for 3D Land, but from what I've seen of 3D Land, I'm pretty sure this one's just a little bit better than that, but it's up to you where you want to place that guy.
Where did I put that?
It looks like I did place it, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I put it as an A.
Really?
Yes. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they just changed the magic formula or something, but that game spoke a lot more to me than Super Mario 3D Land did. I enjoyed the fact that at every level, it was a new idea. It would throw it at you. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, good. You got that? Great. Here's something new. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciated that. I love the fact that you could do multiple players. Mm-hmm. I love the fact that, it was just... Again, it was more of a return to like that sort of jazzy kind of vibe with the way its music was and everything.
You also kind of... Or am I thinking of... New Super Mario Bros. U, where more players just meant more hazards on screen and you're killing each other.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, now I would not play through the whole game with...
We were trying.
We tried, yeah.
It's really just a harder difficulty playing with a friend.
Yeah. But I loved it, and the addition of
Bowser's Fury,
that, at least for me, also
they learned so much from Odyssey, which is so good to see.
Yeah, speaking of.
And play it constantly with the Bowser amiibo, which we did. It was so fun. Now, you know what? Actually, when I ranked this, I actually put it as a B. But I'm going to take your word for it because you've played far more of it than me.
I have done everything in it except the very final level.
I still really enjoyed it, and then I looked at, the stuff that is... Yeah, we were trying to unlock that. Yeah. We were looking at I was looking at what was in B and thinking, I think I did have a better time with 3D World than I did those, which... That's really good. That like Mario games consistently throughout its history is always making really, really solid games.
Yes.
Not a lot of franchises get to say that. Mm-mm. So that's awesome. Speaking of which,
yes,
Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woohoo! That's an S.
Yes.
Do I need to talk about why that's an S?
No. No, you don't.
Apparently, I didn't make a plan with myself when I thought I did. But that game is so good.
It is so good.
That's the only reason Mario 64 is not an S. That's the only reason that I would say Sunshine is not an S. Same for the Galaxy games,
I'll
3D
give
World.
You that, yes.
Because Odyssey is so good. Mm-hmm. I like my standards have increased, and that's what Mario World did too for 2D Mario.
Right.
Where it's like my standards are now so high because it's so good.
And it's so over the top in places, which I absolutely adored about it.
Yeah, it's the world of Mario. It just feels so great in this.
Yes.
And you know what? This is actually... Kim was never interested in Mario games. Just a little aside.
Oh, right.
This was the first Mario game that she really wanted to play.
Really?
And she beat this game.
Oh, good.
And kept playing afterward, going back and playing Extra Moons and stuff, and going back to the world. So
I guess that's the power of this game.
That's a testament of how good this one is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is an outstanding game.
Yes, I love the 3D exploration. I'm so glad we went back to Sunshine and 64.
And the physics of falling faster. And yeah, because I never really got to really complain about this physics. But in like the new Super Mario Brothers titles, and the ones after new Super Mario... Man, that's confusing. Okay, so the Wii and the Wii U games... Oh, thank God, okay, I can just say that. So when you jump, how do I describe this? So in the original Super Mario Brothers, if you jump, you are on an actual... axis. You can actually see like the parabolas and like the lines that you would follow a particular arc when you jump. Mm-hmm. And however, if you play the new Super Mario Brothers, you weirdly like when you jump, you almost like float off the ground and then like somehow keep accelerating in one direction, and you can like weirdly keep changing the direction that you are in the air, and then you float back to the ground.
It's like you stayed at that apex for just a little bit too long.
Yeah, like maybe that's it. Maybe the apex is like a really wide window. I don't know what it is, but it feels so uncomfortable. And Odyssey fixes that perfectly.
Yes.
And World, I think, fixes it perfectly. I don't understand why they keep doing this weird physics in the others. I think 3D World did a lot better. You can jump a lot better in that one. Maybe that's why you think that one's much better. The controls feel a lot nicer. Well, there's a lot of things.
Well, it feels better, I think, on a console than it did on a handheld.
That's true.
So
yeah. So, wow, that was a lot of Mario games. And
yes.
I was even looking at this in the beginning saying, there's not enough on here. We needed more Mario games. No,
you wanted more?
No, we needed a Mario spin-offs, and even that would be unfair.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like a Mario Kart could have its own one of these.
Yeah?
There's so many. Just the teaser of one that Zach is like itching to make that I feel like I can't help him with. You want to tell him?
I would love to do a Dragon Quest tier list.
If you want to hear a Dragon Quest one of these and have me be totally useless in the corner.
Dude, I could espouse Dragon Quest for hours.
Well, yeah, and I have no doubt you could easily do this and we could just talk about Dragon Quest for an hour, and I have no problem with doing that. But yeah, and there's a bunch more of these. Even if we're just looking at Nintendo ones, there's so many Nintendo franchises I'd love to do. And of course, from here on, I think we have less and less games, which would make this a little bit more manageable to get through the episodes. Mm-hmm. Like, of course, I would love to do a Metroid one of these.
I'd be fine.
I believe you've played almost every Metroid game, so we should be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. If there's any other ones you'd like us to see do for these tier lists, then let us know. But as of now, this one looks a little bit more balanced than what we had before.
There's a bit more of a bell curve in that.
Yeah, we got S tier, World and Odyssey, A. And now we're just like, most Mario games are A. They're just so great. Yoshi's Island, Mario 64, and the DS version, Sunshine, Galaxy, Galaxy 2, 3D World, and then B, which we're both kind of holding each other down on, stepping on each other's toes.
I was gonna say I don't want to say I want to throw hands, so I'm not gonna say it.
Even here, you know what? To make it look even uglier, would you put Mario 3 in A if I'm allowed to put NES Mario in A? Because I think it belongs up there.
Go for it.
All right, we're gonna have the
Let's see what this monstrosity
ugliest
looks like.
tier list you've ever seen in your life. I'll try to put them in order. Look at how messed up this is. It's starting to clip into us. And then B, exclusively Super Mario Brothers. New Super Mario Brothers.
All right, this is fine.
And then we got C, which is Mario 2, Doki Doki Panic, Mario Land, New Super Mario Wii, New Super Mario U, Super Mario 3D Land, and then the D.
The D.
Super Mario Brothers 2 Lost Levels and Super Mario Run.
Who cares?
Yeah, you know what? I still want to go back to Mario 2 just because I hate myself.
Have fun with that, dude. I'm just gonna watch from the sidelines.
I beat Ninja Gaiden for fun. And then Ghosts and Goblins, which requires you to go back through it a second time to get the actual ending of a congratulation, the story is happy end.
The story is happy end.
We're going to talk for hours if we just keep this up. But anyway, that is all the time we have for this one. Thank you guys for joining us for this episode of HITBOX. If you enjoy the show, you can help us keep it alive by supporting us on Patreon with the links in the description and the show notes. For those of you on YouTube, remember to like the video and subscribe for more, and be sure to let us know what you thought of the show and what other topics you'd like to hear us cover in the future. Special thanks to our editor, Rowan, our coordinator, Jaime, and backup dancer, Jeremy, and of course to all of our amazing Patreon members.
Patreon!
Patreon!
Yeah.
Money!
Money!
See ya.
See ya.